If you use it right, repurposing content is one of the most powerful brand building tools there is at your disposal. But most creators and even teams, they do a horrible job. They end up diluting their content. They repurpose crap and they focus on the output rather than the input. I get it. I used to do exactly the same thing, and I was watching these other people out there who were putting out 5 to 10 pieces of banging content every single day, and I was wondering how the hell are they doing that? And now I'm one of those really annoying, prolific people, and I want to show you how. You'd assume that I spend all day, every day on X, and that's not true. I spend about an hour a day concentrated time, and that's it. Here's a really important tip. Great content lives outside of social media, and you just bring it to social media. Content comes from living your best life, not from creating content in a vacuum. I'm going to show you and walk you through a few examples of pieces of content that I've written that I've then repurposed into 10, 20, 30 different formats. Here's a recent example. It's from one of my newsletters. I put a newsletter out every single day of about 1,500 to 2,000 words. This particular example is from a niche analysis tool that sits inside one of my newsletters. It's a prompt, it's a description, it's an example output showing you how you can use a ChatGPT prompt in order to generate business ideas. Here's the first piece of repurposed content. It's a long form post on X. Here's the second piece of content. It's a thread, which is a series of short posts, again on X. I also took the same long form article and posted it over on LinkedIn and converted it into a carousel of images that can be used on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and a lot of other different platforms. You get the basic ideas. We can turn one piece of content into multiple. All 4 of these examples come from the same article, the same newsletter. Each of my newsletters has about 3 sections, 3 to 5, and each of these sections can be turned into multiple different formats. Just in that one article, and based on the example I've shown you, we've got 4 different formats and 3 different sections in the newsletter, which gives us 12 different posts automatically. Believe me, this is much easier than trying to write 12 posts from scratch. Here's the secret sauce though. I'm achieving volume without sacrificing quality. How do we do this? I only repurpose content from my best long-form pieces of work. Recently, after a lot of experimentation, I'm now able to post 5 to 10 times per day on multiple different social media channels, all without sacrificing quality. Do you want to know the secret? Before I reveal it, I've got some bad news. I do not just use AI. Right now, AI is crap at generating content from scratch. You know the kind of stuff. It lacks authenticity, it doesn't have a personal touch, and the quality is very generic. That means we can't just rely on AIs to do the work for us. Not yet. What AI is really good at doing, though, is repurposing, rewriting, and editing existing content. Here's the real secret, though. It needs to be quality input. In other words, if you give ChatGPT crap, it's going to repurpose it into more crap. Crap in, crap out. The mechanism in the middle, no matter how smart it is not going to do anything to change it. We need to give it good inputs first if we expect good output. Otherwise, we're just multiplying the volume of poor quality content. Don't do that, it's pointless. Instead, we need to start with quality. What you need to do is first think about forms of quality long-form content that you're already creating. Now, this could be your newsletter, it could be your blog, it could be successful threads or long-form posts you've done on X, it could be events or talks or podcasts in verbal format that you can transcribe into text and give that as input to ChatGPT. Be creative. Think of any sources of quality information that you have put out into this world, anything long form that you have created. I personally use my newsletter because I write 1,500 to 2,000 words per day, chunky, in-depth information, but you need to look and see what's good for you. The main thing is you need to make sure that this top-level content is the highest quality, most in detail piece in your repurposing machine. Whilst ChatGPT can't write very good blog articles for us, can, if used correctly, help to extract information from our heads and get it into a written format. This is important if you're working on repurposing because we need a high quality piece of information for ChatGPT to use as starting material. ChatGPT, left to its own devices and told to create a new piece of content, is going to create something very generic, very bland, very unhuman sounding, and that's not what we want to do. Instead, we're going to use this prompt, and it's going to walk us through an interview process which will give ChatGPT the information it needs in order to write a high-quality authority content piece. Let's have a quick look at the prompt and how it works. So we start with a role instruction. This one is act as a writing coach. The instructions follow are ask a series of questions, retrieve my answers before asking the next question, then use my answers to structure an authority content piece. What this is going to do is make sure that ChatGPT asks one question at a time in order to collect the information it needs to from us. The steps are then the series of questions that ChatGPT is going to ask. For example, what is the main topic or focus of this content? Who is your reader? What are the common myths, misconceptions, and counter-arguments related to this topic? And then the final part of the prompt is, the final piece should be long and detailed. Focus on detail rather than conciseness. This is to make sure that ChatGPT gives us a long form piece of content. We don't want it to condense the information down into something shorter because we're going to be using this content as the basis of our repurposing. Here's an example of the output. This is with the main topic, the best time to start a business is now. And you can see it's like a long form blog article, and each of the questions leads to a paragraph of information. What we've done by using this interview prompt is to extract information from our brains and get it down into a written format. If we'd purely asked ChatGPT to write a blog article based on this topic, the topic of the best time to start a business is now, then the end result would have been extremely generic. Instead, the interview process allows us to extract personal, interesting stories from us and then get it into a written format. Would I personally take this output from ChatGPT and post it? No, personally I would not. I still don't think the quality is high enough. However, it is a valuable starting point for the repurposing process I'm showing you.